Yeah, I'm live. Can you hear me? How are you, Mary Alice? Yeah, how are you feeling? How's your shoulder? Did you go back to the doctor? It's just you and me again, baby. Bonnie and Clyde. You switched your account. You may need to reset. Oh, okay. Here you go. Hello, Blaze. I just decided to go live. How are you, darling? How are you, Blaze? I absolutely love your comments. I can tell you're a really good storyteller. Are you a writer? Do you write? If not, you should. You got a cortisone shot Monday. Yeah, I read that. Your arm feels so much better. Well, thank God. Thank God. But you said, didn't you say that you were going to go have like studies done or something? I've just been in like, I don't know. I'm in that mood. Like the ick. I have the mick, which is called the me ick. I have the mick. You have an appointment with your urgent at the end of April. At the end of April? Is that shock going to last that long? Lord. Your surgeon. Juan Gonzalez. Hi. This was you. What do you mean this? Look, I'm going to show you a little bit about myself. I will not throw anything away. I will use something until it was like it's in tatters. So my glasses, I love these glasses. They're broken. They don't even have these little thingies anymore. I'm not getting rid of them. They work. Hi, this was me, Juan Gonzalez. Where are you from, Juan? Mary Alice. Yes, 3 months. Lord. You're doing good. Oh, no, not a writer, but I'm the oldest in a family, so the keeper of the stories. Ah, you're the main witness. Every family has a witness. We're all witnesses to each other. All of us are. But there's always one. I'm the one too. So you're the one and I'm the one. But you should be a writer because I can see that you have you have it. You know, I was an editor. I'm still an editor, but I'm an editor for scripts. But I was a literary editor for many years, and you just learn just by reading the first page. You know if someone has it or not, and you're a great writer, I can tell. Hi, Dylan the God. Show us your sweet kitty. Okay, bye, Ben. Just gave you a like from California. Hey, California. That's my hometown. Well, thank you for giving me a like. I appreciate it. And Juan Gonzalez, so happy to see you. Do you speak Spanish? What message was? Girl, go to sleep. You look like you need to go to sleep with your little fatty. My little fatty? What's fad? Yvonne Venegas. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. But whatever, dude. Do I look like I need to go to sleep? Does it matter? We hear her. Oh, yeah. Claro que sí. Ay, pues qué bueno que hablas español. You live in California as well. Oh, great. So, okay, Dylan, I'm so interested in knowing why you're Dylan the God. Like, I want to hear this story. Why are you the God? But see, it's interesting because you wrote Dylan the God, and it's like with a small G. Did you ever read American Gods by Neil Gaiman? But Neil Gaiman is like canceled, right? Ah, pues qué bueno. Estoy bien, estoy bien. No pensaba hacer un live hoy, pero bueno, me dio como que la cosita, entonces pues aquí estoy. Aquí estamos. California here. Oh, another California. I'm a lucky girl. I know Mary Alice lives in California as well, but she lives in San Diego, and I'm originally from Monterey Park. I'm from East LA. And I think Blaze lives on the East Coast, but Blaze is originally from Iceland, from Reykjavik, which is like amazing. I've always wanted to go to Iceland. Health issues, please pray under attack from brujitas. Oh, are you serious? Like, I don't play around with that shit. Are you really under attack from like witches? Because I believe in that stuff. I was a witch. So, in the Dark Ages, I was. So I totally believe in that stuff. I don't play around with it. Oh, Sergeant at Arms. You were when I was 42, the Sergeant at Arms passed me my youngest uncle's American flag off his coffin. That's when I realized I was the oldest of my grandmother's grandkids. Oh Lord. Wow, okay, Blaze, so I want to hear more about this. Reykjavik, you do, and you'll clean it up. I love Tony Soprano. So, okay, Dylan the God is the God with a small g because he has a girlfriend. Is that correct? All right. So it's in your building. You have witches in your building. Sarah, you have to talk more about this. John Wall, LA, baby, right here. So, what are your health issues, Sarah? Like, what are you feeling? So, okay, Dylan, we want to hear all about your girlfriend. We want to hear that she's a nice girl, that she doesn't take advantage of you, that she treats you right. Sarah says they attack migraines. Oh, you have diabetes, etc. Mm. But the diabetes is diabetes 1, diabetes 2. Don't know. Your cat has diabetes. Are you serious? Like be honest. Ibra de ahora. Why did you put number 3? They attack your cat? Well, that's possible. That's very possible. As a matter of fact, if you have pets in your house and you're like a believer, or you feel that you're under like some kind of spiritual warfare, you most definitely have to plead the blood of Jesus over your animals. And I'm a Catholic, so I throw holy water on them too. Walnuts of pleasure. You must have witches in your room because you have migraines often, totally unrelated to the hangover, the 6 packs you drink. Okay. Don't tell me you're a beer drinker. You know what? I can't understand people who drink beer and get like drunk off beer. Like, I just don't get it. It's like all those calories, all that bloat. Why don't you just drink like tequila or vodka? Why does it have to be beer? Is it the taste? Please pray for us. Oh, you thought, haha, Ibra. Well, Sarah, yes, I do have an email. If you're serious, I absolutely will pray for you. I'll pray for you anyway, even if you're not serious. How about that? Oh, Hennessy. I don't like that shit either. Gives me a headache. I drink mezcal. Bloat? Yeah. Beer. Okay, so beer has a lot of sugar. And so, and because of the yeast, like if you drink beer, you're going to get like bloated. You'll get bloated in the stomach, you'll get bloated in your face. Like I enjoy a good drink. Right now I'm not drinking anything because it's Lent and I'm a Catholic. Um so I'm not drinking at all. But I'm a big mezcal drinker. That's my drink of choice is mezcal. Hey, drink beer like oh, my glasses, like it's water. They drink beer like it's water. Who does? You drink both? Yeah. Go. Yeah. You want to move badly? Hey, Gen X. Hey, girl. How you doing? How you doing, sweetheart? You're so much fun without Hennessy, Doja Cat. You deal? Does anyone like Bad Bunny? I'm so into Bad Bunny right now, and I'm not much of like I'm a huge jazz fan. I love jazz. I love soul. I love blues, but like Bad Bunny has it. Bad Bunny's badass because of the attack. Sarah, like I'm serious. Okay, of course I'll pray for you, whether or not you're serious. If you are serious, send me an email. It's on my profile. I have an email there. And I'll pray for you anyway. We all need prayer. Do you have a cat? I think, oh, my cat. My cat won't shut the F up. Ba. Her name is Ba. Meow. Meow. That's how I call her. Meow. 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 Here she is. You should listen to Shabuzi. Never heard of Shabuzi. Where's Shabuzi from? American? African? I want to hear. Aw, I know. Isn't she lovely? She is almost 13 years old, and she's a rescue. All of my pets are rescues, except for I have two goldfish, and of course, duh, they're not rescue. But in my thought process, they are rescues because they were living like really crappy conditions. Thank you, Duke. Did you take the vaccine? Oh, country. Are you serious? Oh my God, I've been really enjoying country lately. What do you think, Ibra, of Beyonce taking the album of the year for country or performer? What did she take? What do you think about that? Because I know that I think it was Chris Stapleton who threw like this, who was not happy about it. Did I take the vaccine? I took one COVID vaccine. One. I thought something was off. I didn't feel right after that. So I didn't take any more. Thank you, Sarah. Your cat. So thank you so much. She is lovely. You don't drink. I'll sip Grand Marnier if sick. That's about it, really. Man, I can drink and cuss like a sailor. Dandre, hello. Drinking beer, bloating, constant urinating. That doesn't allow you to get drunk. But Heineken has some hidden kick and drink. But you know what gets me, DeAndre, what are they called? The IP. The name just left me. Some those IPAs. IPAs. What are they called? Those taste good. It is what it is. Yeah. Are you a big country fan, Ibra? Where are you from? I like your name. Is that your proper name, or is that your handle? Well, YouTube doesn't like the V topic. What is that? The vagina topic? What's the V topic? Voodoo? I really don't know what you're talking about. But there are better country singers, in my opinion. Do you like who's your favorite country singer? IPA. There you go. IPA. Oh, the V, the vaccine, the vagina. This is where my Mexican California mind takes me. Vagina and voodoo. But there are better country singers. Yeah, 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 yeah. IPA. Beyonce winning that. Milli Vanilli. Okay, I have a story. I actually met the green-eyed Is he Millie or was he Vanilli? Rob. I met him in New York City. I used to go to this. It doesn't exist anymore, but it was a bar, and it was like super hot in the early '90s. And even in the late '90s, I think it was something. It was cool. It was called the Coffee Shop. It was on Union Square West, and I lived on Union Square West. That was like in my first dorm when I was at university, and I used to go there like all the time. And he was there at the bar. He wasn't very tall. He was incredibly beautiful, very beautiful. But I have to admit that I have a penchant, or I used to, for men of color. Like I really enjoy men of color. And I just thought he was absolutely beautiful. He was very kind. We had a small chat, and I think a few years later he was dead. Yeah. Sturgill Simpson, Morgan Willie. Who the hell? Okay, okay, Beyonce. Yeah, Morgan Walleen, Sturgill Simpson. Are these real names? Because they sound like names of preachers. They sound like preacher names. They sound like the names of those preachers that are like from the Quiverful movement. Are they like you know what? I have to admit, I've been on online communities on YouTube, and I'm like I love to troll. So I don't know if y'all are trolls, or I don't know if y'all are like being serious. What a part! I'm from East LA originally. I was born in East LA, and but when I don't know if you know my story. Or did you just pop into my life randomly? If so, welcome. So my story is that my father was a child pornographer and a professional criminal, amongst many other things. And he was a very dangerous man. And he was in and out of prison my whole life. And when I was 12 years old, he escaped from an Arizona prison. And my mother picked him up. My mother was a born again Christian. She was an exorcist, a lay exorcist. So I have a lot of like supernatural and demon stories. And she picked him up. She left us at home, me and my siblings. And 3 months later, I was kidnapped. I was taken against my will, and I was a money mule for my dad. And I was forced to give up my identity, and I had to become a different person. I became um, a Mexican national, and I had to fight to get my identity. So I don't even know if you've ever been here before, but that's my story. And I wrote a memoir. It's in submission, and I'm writing a Hollywood script on it right now. And I've been on a few podcasts, so that's my story. Oh man, Jen, I gotta tell you, I gotta love a good troll. Trolls are everything. You know what? Trolls will make or break a channel. Trolls are important. Where are you from, Ibra? Ibra Diawara. Is that what? Is that Persian? Is that East Asian? What's your last name from? Yeah, it's a true story, girl. And I don't know if you're a girl or boy, or I don't, oh, God, I'm not politically correct. I don't know what you identify as or whatever, but like, if you look into my channel, there's some links there. Yeah. You're so captivated by my story. Oh, Mary Alice, you're a good friend. Okay, keep calm. Oh, his eyes clearly was the finisher, or maybe the tequila. You're from the Bay Area. Oh, love. Oh, Senegal. Tu parles français? People go watch her podcast because they're so intriguing. Oh, thank you, Mary Alice. You're a good friend. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, so that's the story. Your dad, your dad does. I married a Frenchman, which means that my French sucks because it's like, and I think you'll know this, right, Ibra? If you come from a family, like you're not a native French speaker, but when like your parents are, or something, or a partner, they're going to be correcting your French every 3 seconds. And so it's really hard for you to advance in your learning because they're always correcting you. And it sounds the same. It's like, no, it's not "pe," it's "pe." That's how you pronounce it. And it's like, dude, it sounds the same to me. French is a hard language, but it's so beautiful. Oh, thanks, Jen. Ah, skeet skeet. Yeah, I don't feel confident. Like when I'm actually not with my husband, and but we're with French speakers, I can speak very well, and it's not a problem. But when he's around, I'm like, I stumble. My French isn't great anyway, but I have two children, and they're both French citizens as well, and their French isn't very good either. Hmm. Oh, I can't wait to push your book and. Oh, Mary Alice. Well, I'm your fan too. Let's fangirl each other. Oh, thanks, Jen. It's so weird because I just uploaded this video because I'm like so sick of myself because I have to write about myself all the time. And I was just like, ugh, yeah, I've really been going through it. It's been tough. Oh yeah, and I just actually do hope that my I'm gonna move this camera a bit. I do hope that my memoir finds a publisher. I really do. Fix the hair. You think they're just trying to help, but they don't understand that they kind of. Okay, so here's another thing, Ibra. I think that most native French speakers are just innately rude. I mean, they're just so snobby. I remember this. I have a story about this one time. The first time I was in Paris, and I went with my husband, and we went with a few friends, and we went to this really wonderful restaurant, and I couldn't decide what to eat. And my husband kept on saying, let me talk. Nobody here in France likes Americans. And I'm like, I'm Latina, man. That doesn't count, right? But he was like, no, no, no. You really at least speak to me in Spanish because nobody likes anyone speaking English. And of course, I didn't listen to him. So we're sitting there, and I'm thinking, gosh, like what's on the menu? And so this really beautiful French waiter comes in, and he looks like Val Kilmer. Remember when Val Kilmer was young and hot? He looked like that, but like Frenchified, like thin and I enjoy a man of color, but like this guy was like hot. He was like sexy. And so he was just like asking everyone what they wanted, and then he looked at me, he said, "Do you know what you want?" And I said, what's good? Like what's good on the menu?" He said, "Me. I'm good on the menu." I was like, "Oh, vive la France. Allez les bleus! Vive la France!" Oh, thank you, Mary Alice. I do need love right now. Your first time watching live video? Really? We broke your cherry. A cherry. We popped Juan's live cherry, so we should have cherries in the chat for Juan. You let me get my number. Baby, I'm married and I'm old. You sound young. You sound how old do you think how old do we think Ibra is? Oh, ta, Mary. See all of these. Todas las cerezas son para ti, Juanito. Spicy waiter, yeah. And you can't tell them jack about their fashion, but just shut them up with a we suckle up. That was funny, dude. I'm not gonna repeat that though, dude. I won't repeat that. Mm. So okay, how old? Let's see how old our dear Senegalese Bay Area dude is. Ibra Diawara. I would say Ibra is 24. Ibra, how old are you? Like, we can't even see you, so just be honest. Like, how old are you? Ibra is 24. Juan Gonzalez, how old are you? Let me see your photo. I can't see it. Blind as a bat. Juan. 32, 33, 23. Damn, you was hella close. You know what, baby? I can tell. I can tell you're a young buck. I am older than you. I could be your grandmammy. I'm 55. I'm gonna be 56 in 2 months. Yeah. But brown don't frown. They're babies. Yeah. Doesn't matter. We're all babies. Age doesn't matter. Soul on soul. That's how we connect. Just please be of legal age. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Well, legal age is relative. I mean, what's legal in the States is different than in Europe or what's illegal, which age, what's like the age of consent in, I don't know. What's a country nobody ever thinks about? Like what's a country nobody really ever thinks about and then when they think about it, they're like, "Oh yeah." Like Malaysia. Malaysia's a country nobody ever thinks about, but then someone says Malaysia, they're like, "Yeah, Malaysia." This one few, but this one few. You're 45? That's because baby brown don't frown. That's why. Jim Hanready, muy bien. Tú también hablas español, Jim. Yeah. Diane Mathers, hello, do you know about cricket? What do you mean about cricket? Like cricket? Like what they play in Southeast Asia and do I know about it? I lived in the Middle East and they played a lot of, if you're talking about that sort of cricket. So I lived in the Middle East. I lived in Dubai. I lived there for 6 years. And they played lots of cricket there because there were lots of Southeast Asians there. Yeah. So I've seen a few matches and I have absolutely no idea what they're doing, but it looks dangerous. It's sort of like, it kind of reminded me of highlight. Do you guys know what highlight is? Like they're just like, they have this like glove that's like a scoop and it's like attached to their wrist and it's like they're just like it's like on a handball, it's like a fronton, a handball, like a handball court. And fuck man, they sorry I said fuck, sorry again, but anyway they catch it and they throw it. I used to like be a huge highlight fan and I've seen people like get their teeth knocked out. It was pretty awesome. Yeah. Between 16 18 in most of the US. Okay, so age of consent is 16 18 most of the US, which is interesting to me because you can't really drink alcohol until you're 21. But that makes absolutely no sense. But then if you go to Europe, or even if you go to some most Latin American countries, I mean, you can drink when you're 15 years old. Right? It makes like zero sense. Lots of young bucks are flirting with the cougars. It's a thing. Some say girls their age can be too much. What sport is popular I'm American. So we're Steelers fans in this home. Okay, fun fact. I've never been to a baseball game. I've always wanted to go to a baseball game. And my favorite sport, well, I play tennis. I swim also. I'm a pretty good swimmer. But if I had to watch anything on television, it would probably be tennis or, yeah, I mean, I'll go football. It depends. I think this people get like too, like, it's so gnarly. People just get too into it. Alcohol. Smoke weed and drink alcohol every day, all day. I'll be clowning y'all. Walnuts of. I was a cougar. Okay, so I think I had said in my last live that I had separated from my husband and we were separated for 7 years and I was engaged to be married to someone else. Well, that someone else was 20 years younger than me. So I guess I'm a. I don't think there's anything wrong with smoking weed. I don't smoke it. Yeah, I'm American. I'm from California. Have you heard the new Selena Gomez song? Is that the one that dropped? Was like 2 days ago with Benny, with her fiance Benny. I haven't seen it, but I've been told that I really must watch Amelia Perez, or I'll say it like that was like American, right? Like Amelia Perez. No, like Amelia Perez, like I should watch it on Netflix, but I can't get over the fact that the vagina penis song won an Oscar. The vagina, the penis. That's all I've seen of that film. So I'm kind of off with Selena Gomez, although I would be very, very honored if Selena played me in my film. We have a short list. It's already been sent to a few people. We won't talk about that now. You know, it's funny. I always do cherries on all your nephews. What the hell are you? What do you mean you do cherries on all your nephews and nieces? You swam for your city in junior high. Swam for your high school. You were like, shut up. You were the Mary Ellis. That's awesome. Are you tall? Because I'm not tall. Mad Cat. Yes, I was. Yes, I was a cougar. And he was a very lucky man. But I'm back to my husband now. Oh, I have a very nice, soothing aura voice. It's surprisingly relaxing. Oh, well, ta. Thank you, Walnuts of Pleasure. I'm sorry, but your handle is such a troll. I love it. It's so funny. Mary Alice, I was 56. Well, when I met him, I was 49 and he was 30. Oh, well. So, okay. Oh, you're talking about that. 5'4". So you were 5'4". Yeah. So you must. So, like, what's your favorite position? Oh, thanks, Jen. I don't feel beautiful, but thank you. You're 5'4". So, what was your favorite stroke? I love the breaststroke. Yours a backstroke. Oh, but so you have really strong legs as well. Yeah, where I live, we have two pools, two swimming pools, and I train there. I haven't gone lately. I've just not been into people lately. Like I can't even deal with people because I'm the kind of person that cannot be bothered to even be nice when I don't feel like being nice. So I'll just be quiet. But then I feel the need to be nice to my neighbors because I honestly like my neighbors. So I just stay away from people. On their forehead, wow, lucky him. Aw, ta. Muchas gracias, Juan Gonzalez. We are not beautiful. Ed Sheeran, beautiful people. Oh, Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran, he's interesting. I like him. I like Ed Sheeran. Yeah, your legs are stronger than me. I have strong legs too. Butterfly is the hardest, but the best for toning, in your opinion. Yeah, I agree. My husband was in the swim team as well, and that was his stroke. He did the butterfly. Yeah, I used to do weights too. When I was Susana Delgado, I was Miss Mexico City. I was a weightlifter. So if anyone has heard of Girl World, which is this online community of these lolcows and mukbangers. I'm a part of that community. I love that community. There's this reactor named Chikara Transformations, and she trains and then she reacts on like lolcows and fat people and mukbangers and their way they eat. She's very interesting. My heaviest lift. Oh God, that was in kilos then. So, okay, so I used to warm my legs on 90 kilos. I was strong, my big legs strong and totally natty. But I was very, very conscientious of my shoulders and my biceps. I didn't want to get too big. And, but I think what I did, mostly what we did with my trainers was to make sure that I always kept the aesthetic of my shoulders and my arms, and to keep them in proportion with my legs. But I was a big, and I still am a big leg girl, leg and buttocks. Blaze, you got to check it out. You got to check out Chikara, and I like Chikara. She lives in, I think she's from the Netherlands, and she lives in, I think, Bulgaria at the moment. And she's pregnant. She's like 6 months pregnant, and she's still training. She's so interesting. I find people on YouTube like super interesting. The ones that I don't find interesting are the ones who have like all of the bells and whistles and like everything's perfect and they have the intro. Well, not everyone, but like you know that they're there to sell themselves to you. And I don't find those kind of people interesting. I find people interesting who are like really authentic and who are just like giving of themselves. Like there's this guy, what's his name? He works at 7-Eleven, and that's his thing. He is so into working at 7-Eleven. His name is Ian, I think. Ian, I don't know, but this guy is awesome. And I follow like some nomad people and a lot of people in girl world I follow. I like people who are authentic, who are just themselves and not afraid to be themselves. I actually won a meeting in the butterfly competition against a 6'2" high school teammate. You were so shocked I didn't care for butterfly. Wow, girl. He was a male too? Damn. He's probably never gotten over that. You make an exception for Collier? Yes, absolutely. Collier is the man, but Collier is different. Look, Collier really went through something, but he's also Hollywood. I mean, he's a DP. He's a director of photography, and I know that when I have my work out there, I am having him come and work. Collier's different. I'm talking about these beauty influencers who are like, "Hi, hi, 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 Kendra. My name is Kendra. Hi, just like follow me for all of your beauty needs." Oh, like people like that are just like women that keep that fit, especially during pregnancy, seems like they can just easily sneeze out the baby. No, actually, you know what? January was interesting. When you're a bodybuilder and you get pregnant, you have the chances of you having a very difficult labor are very high because your pelvic floor is so taut and you have really worked those ab muscles that it makes labor difficult. I almost died in labor, giving birth to my first daughter. 3 days labor in Dubai. And that's when I realized that there was such a thing as Sharia law that really, I mean, like that was my first, after 5 years of living in Dubai, that was the first touch of Sharia law that I had had. Realizing that I couldn't get a C-section and that I had to suffer 3 days in labor because my daughter was thriving, because she was okay. Right? So, yeah, all that to say that I almost died in childbirth, and it had to do with the fact that I had so much weight training behind me that it had really made it impossible to pop her out. Aw, thanks, Mary Alice. Collier is my favorite dude. You like the one with with the least amount of noise, flashing lights, very long intros, and out tries. I skip all that stuff. Me too, Blaze. I just want someone to come and talk with me, like engage with me, connect with me. I don't even, if you're a troll, even the better. If you're someone who really needs help, I'll help you. If I mean, I just want to connect. I want to engage. I don't want fake. You also watch LawTube trials. Me too. Hidden history, abandoned mansions, some social commentary. The abandoned mansions one's a good one. I love the hidden history. I love all the things that you do, Jen. You like to follow true crime? Oh yes, of course, true crime. Of course, me too. Forever in the spirit, never kiss, kiss, bisou, bisou, kiss, kiss, beso, beso. You like the true crime, but you're picky about creators. They have to be respectful and mindful of the victims. Absolutely. I used to really like what's that guy? He's from Florida. He's cute. He's handsome. He's Greek. I still follow him, but he's become too polished for me. But there is a woman she's a lawyer, but she's from the South because she says lawyer. She's a liar, whatever. I don't know. I can't do it. But she's blonde and she wears glasses, and I think she's wonderful. I like her. Oh, Juan, ¿Sigues aquí, Juan? Yo pensé que ya te había ido. You're picky about, yeah, I'm very picky about creators. You like all those too. You're following a victim right now, Colby Wright. Oh, yeah, I haven't started following Colby yet. Yeah. Did you guys follow the Frankie one? The Ruby, that was crazy. There's actually, I didn't finish seeing, did you guys see the Menendez series on YouTube? I didn't finish seeing it because their father reminded me of my father and it was super triggering. So I just didn't want to see it anymore. But I thought that Javier Bardem did a really good job. You talked to Colby Ryan on Zoom last night? Wait, who did you talk to on Zoom last night? You talked to Colby Ryan? Are you serious? Wow. Why? How? What? When? Tell us stuff. Tell us everything, of course. You're subscribed to Colby too. So, like, that's cool. Okay, I'll subscribe too. I don't think I'm subscribed. What was I seeing yesterday? I was watching. You know what I watched yesterday? I go into these whole like vampire movies are like this one of my favorite genres. And so one of my favorite vampire films, like it's like a guilty pleasure, is The Lost Boys. And so I watched The Lost Boys yesterday. Okay, so you can't stand that Ruby and Frankie and her husband. Me neither. Claro que, what did you say? Claro que no, aquí estoy, me gusta tu humor. Ay, mil gracias. Pues ya sabes, cabrón, aquí estamos. Y lo bueno es que la mayoría de la gente, bueno, somos bien pocos aquí, pero nadie, o sea, no saben, ¿no? Cabrón, todo eso. Nos gusta decir cabrón en esta casa. So he did a live about Lori's Dateline interview, and after he invited us to talk to him on Zoom. Dracula Untold is pretty good. Did you guys see the new Nosferatu? So okay, so I want to hear about Colby. Nice guy, like Colby's a guy, right? Like I don't know, because I've heard of Colby. So I saw The Lost Boys, and then after The Lost Boys yesterday, I saw. Oh, what's the other one that came out that year? It came out the same year, and it's with Bill Paxton is in it, and Adrian Pasdar. Never Dark, Ever Dark, Nearly Dark. It's another vampire film. I didn't like it. He is amazing, awesome. Nina, Romans, which states, "For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life. In Jesus Christ our Lord Jesus loves you. Repent of your sins and believe." Nina, I repent. I know you're Christian, and I come from. My mother was a born again evangelical Christian. I grew up with that. Okay. God bless you, and thank you for your blessing. I have repented, but I will tell you this: it's only the evangelicals and the Protestant, some of the fundamentals, that will tell other people that they haven't been saved. And I think that's very incorrect. I don't think that that is godlike. And I don't think that Jesus would like you saying that. Because the relationship that I have with Jesus Christ our Lord is with him. It's not for anyone to come and talk on. Okay? That kind of pisses me off, to be honest with you, but welcome anyway. And Jesus loves you too. Loris, eldest son and only servant child, Colby Ryan. You think you will like Colby? He's turning his spirit to helping others in awareness. Yes, I tell you, he's been circling around, and I've just been like so into my work. I haven't. I'm gonna check him out. Interview with the Vampire, very good. The AMC series version is great. I haven't seen the series yet. I'm dying to see it. I like that they made Claudia a girl of color, and that she's like sexier, because I thought that Kirsten Dunst was good, like in that Lolita role. But I read all of Anne Rice's books before it actually came out, and I just loved the casting on that film. I thought it was really good. But my favorite vampire film is Let the Right One In, the original Scandinavian. Nothing can beat that one. That is my all-time favorite number one vampire film. It is so good. So Colby has had so much with helps helped so much with therapy in his live podcast. Okay, well, I'm looking forward. I'll check him out tonight. I'll check him out tonight. Before it's so weird. Before earlier in the day, because I received a script. I think I talk about this on my video. I received a script from someone that I work with a lot, and so I took like a reading break, and I started to scroll to see on who was on live, and there were some weird people on live. Like, it was crazy. There was this like 10-year-old little girl putting on a full face of makeup, and she was talking like she was 40. She was like, yeah, and she was like doing the whole like color correction. And she was just like, you don't have to spend any money, but thank you so much. It was so weird. And then there was this other woman who she was like, I think she's starting a ministry, but she was like calling everyone who was calling her out on her chat. She was calling them all devils, demonic, and evil spirits. And she was just like, she was crazy. And then there was this like Russian woman who lives on the East Coast, and she did nothing but ASMR. And so she's sitting there pretending to cut someone's hair. She goes, let me cut your hair. I said, and it was wild because there were thousands of people in her chat. And I'm like, people are royally messed up today. You have to email some content. Please, Jen, you have my email address. Go right ahead. I don't know if it can be found on YouTube. They did a remake that took place it was filmed in New Mexico. But it sucked. I didn't like it. Yeah, definitely send me some. So yeah, so I was looking at all of these people, and then there was this Mexican woman, and she was from the north. And okay, so I don't know if you know this, but I think that in all countries, the north, the south, you have different kinds of people who have different kinds of temperaments. I mean, you see it in the States, right? But northern Mexicans are like, they're my favorite. They're awesome. They're very outspoken. They're usually, my whole family's from the north too. So, I mean, I guess there's something in there, right? Because like the blood calls. But so anyway, I was scrolling through all these lives of people I had never heard of before. And there's this Mexican woman talking about how she liked macho men. Everything was in Spanish. It was so funny. It was just weird. I mean, it's just like, God, I mean, if you just scroll through YouTube lives, you're going to need to wash your brain out afterwards. Yeah, it's crazy, right? Where's your family originally from, Juan? My family is originally from Chihuahua. Ladies, you have to see Let the Right One In. That film is absolutely, it's a masterpiece. And it's creepy in all the right ways. It's like, it's not like scary like, oh, The Exorcist. Like, don't ever watch that one. That one's nasty. Or like the scary movie that I would say is really scary is like The Shining. That's a scary movie. So I'd say that Let the Right One In, it doesn't reach the level of scary of The Shining, but it's just creepy. It's a good movie. Another vampire movie that I really like. It's like very few people have seen it. It's Iranian, written and directed by a female creative. I forget her name, and it's called A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night. And so it's like this Western Iranian vampire movie. That one's a good one too. Jalisco arriba. Have you been? I love Jalisco. Jalisco is a state on the left. It's on the Pacific side of Mexico, and it's near Michoacan. It's near Colima, and I lived in Puerto Vallarta, which is in Jalisco. I lived in Puerto Vallarta for 3 years. My husband, who's a hotelier, we were recently married, and he opened up a hotel there. He opened up the Four Seasons in Punta Mita in the dark ages many years ago. And so I lived in Vallarta for 3 years, and I actually love Jalisco. And I think they're known to have some of the most beautiful people in all of Mexico. If you're from Jalisco, you're supposed to have a certain kind of eyes, very beautiful eyes. Apenas me ibas a preguntar a mí. Bueno, okay. So my father's family is from Durango, Aguascalientes, and Chihuahua, and my mother's family is, but mostly from Chihuahua, and my mother's family is centuries long in New Mexico, Silver City. So my mother's family is from Silver City, New Mexico. You agree The Shining is scary. You also found the ring. I couldn't see the ring. Couldn't see it. I would not. I felt like if I saw the ring, that I would bring a curse into my house. So I have yet to see it. I believe in that shit. I seriously believe in that stuff, Blaze. Mm. What other good movies have you seen that I've seen that are vampire movies? I think all the usual suspects, the Bram Stoker Dracula is beautiful, is beautifully made, and I think the cast was excellent. That was pretty scary too. But I haven't seen the new Nosferatu. Sí, bueno, los tuyos son negros, pues los míos también. So, yeah, I think I look Mexican, but whenever I'm in Mexico, it's okay. So it depends. If I'm in Mexico, that's not the north. People don't know where I'm from. Okay, but when I'm in the north, I fit right in. And the only place in the world where people don't ask me where I'm from is New Mexico. If I am in New Mexico, I look like people from New Mexico. I have a lot of New Mexican pride because of that. Because when I'm in Europe, like if I'm in France, everyone thinks I'm Italian. And when I'm in Italy, everyone thinks I'm Portuguese. Right? And then when I'm in Spain, everyone thinks that I'm, a lot of people think I'm Italian, maybe because I'm so outspoken and because I'm a very flamboyant dresser. I love fashion. And of course, like right now, I'm in my pajamas, my hair's up and all that stuff. But I love to like dress up. And I think that in Europe, that's like more common than in the States. And when I'm in the Middle East, people thought that I was Persian. They thought that I was from Iran, or they thought I was from Jordan. So I was treated very well by the Arabic women from the Middle East, because they thought that I was Arab too. But then the Filipinos thought that I was Filipina. There was so many years that people say, "Oh, where are you from?" And I'd be like, "I'm Hawaiian," and people believed it because I was just like, nobody thought that I was like Mexican. Let's see. The Last Voyage of the Demeter is a hidden gem of a good vampire. Oh, I haven't seen it. Thank you for that. I'm gonna look for it. Hi, you're a woman of many faces then, right? Ha ha ha. Oh, AP, wait, that's so funny. Yes. Listen, anyone who wears makeup is a person of many faces, right? Anyone. There's like, I love watching drag queens. I think it's fascinating how they transform themselves. And usually they're more beautiful than whoever they're copying. I don't know if you've noticed that. There's a drag queen I follow, but I forget his. I think he identifies as a he, but it's this Asian dude, and Vietnamese. Okay, it's this Vietnamese guy, and he turns himself into the most beautiful, beautiful woman. Oh, AP, well, thank you. You can stay. Thank you. I don't feel it. It's like, I'm a recluse, by the way. So, and I'm not even shitting you. Like, I have like a tracker on my phone, and I haven't left like my home, the vicinity of my home since March the 4th. And I don't really, I only speak with like my children and my husband. And maybe once a week I'll talk, or twice a week I'll talk with my brother or like friends. But like, this is the most socializing I do. I'm a recluse. I like to be alone. I like to be alone. I like taking like really long baths, and then like I like making like very long, extravagant meals. Like this morning, I was in the kitchen for quite a while. So I woke up and I made my daughter breakfast. I made her pancakes, and then I made biscotti. So I made anise and lemon biscotti with pecans. And then I made a Mexican lunch. So I made like new potatoes, and I made um, um, chicharrón in salsa verde, and I made beans, and then I made for dessert, I made rice pudding. And this was an easy day for me because I go all out. I can cook for hours. So I liked my silence. I like to be alone, and I like to spend my time when I'm in the kitchen. I don't like people there talking with me. It's like a ritual for me. Like, it's something that I love to do. And then when I'm cooking, like, I'm either listening to really good music, or I'm watching a really like a good film or something. And then when I'm making the food, I'll get salt and I'll bless it. I'll bless all the food. So whoever eats it is receiving a blessing. Oh, wait. So here's another one. Many faces of that mix of fuckdom and holy fuck with combo of especially with the constant bombshells of what she has been through. Are you talking about me? Wait, DeAndre, was that for me? Are you talking about me? I have no idea. Pero soy bonita sin makeup. Ay, muchas gracias. Muchas gracias, Juan. Jacob, can I have $10? I want Burger King. You can ask your mammy, boy. Christina, my husband is from Mexico and I'm white, but everyone else thinks I'm Hispanic too. He says that they follow white people around over there in Mexico. I'm like, that's weird. Well, girl, in the north, um, lots of blondes, lots of natural blondes in Mexico. My father's family, which was from the north, um, green eyes, blonde. The women were, 5'8", 5'9", mostly European looking, and it's common. The more south you go, the less common it is. And girl, if you're hot, they're gonna follow you anywhere. So maybe it's because you're pretty, and that's why they're following you, because you're pretty. You want to come? You want to come? Oh, Mary Ellis, I would love to cook for you. I mean, like, I love to cook and bake. I make everything at home. I pickle all my stuff. I make my own jams, marmalades, preserves. I make my own chutneys. Um, I make. I always make sure that there's some kind of sweet, a biscotti, or uh, a pie or a cake. I am so against anything that is boxed or canned or tinned. I will do it myself. So it's like it's pleasurable for me to cook for people. I love it. Absolutely love it. You're getting you hungry now, boy. Hubby just got back from golfing, so he distracted me from the conversation. Tell me about his game. I'll have to rewatch. Aw, Mary Ellis, don't worry about that. Hi, Christina. You're probably a very pretty girl. Yeah, I love to cook, and I love my favorite cuisines are Mexican, French, and Italian cuisines. Those are my favorite. Ay, Maria, much love. I'm just going around showing smaller creators love, kindness. Well, thank you, A. Is that A Marie? Thank you. I'm so new to YouTubing. Like I've only been on since really March. And it's, I mean, I started a channel like a year ago. Like I started getting people to come onto my channel like a year ago because of the podcast I was on. I was on Soft White Underbelly, and people started like subscribing to my channel. And then I was on a few other podcasts, and then people started to subscribe to my channel. And yeah, so I've just started to. I'm just here to engage and to be with people because I love people. So thank you. Keep pushing, keep grinding, keep a positive mindset, never lose focus on your goals. Let no one stop you, not even haters. Just know I've been there. And I got your, well, thank you, darling. You're my 490th subscriber. Well, I'm going to go and subscribe. Everyone subscribe to A. Marie. I think I'm going to have to do it afterwards. Wait, wait. Oh, you have 204. Girl, what? Okay, let's hear about you. What do you do? Well, I'm gonna, Jen or someone, can one of my mods put her channel? She doesn't need our, she's already like big time. She's already got the plaque, the YouTube plaque. But thank you so much. God bless. Well, that's so sweet. Your grandpa has blue eyes and your uncle green. Yeah, my mother had green eyes. My mother was a natural redhead and she had green eyes. And as a matter of fact, I am the darkest one in my whole family. Like dark skin, dark hair, dark everything. Oh, Jen. It feels good, right, to be alone. If you're alone, you know nobody's gonna fuck with you. No one's gonna hurt you. No one's gonna say something to you that's gonna mess you up. Welcome, Anne Marie, and thank you so much. That was so kind of you. Thank you. I just want to engage with people. I just want to be around people. I'm a recluse. I'm a hermit, basically. And I'm a writer. You have to cook too. You love chilaquiles? All right. Not too spicy. That's a white in you, girl. You make tamales and empanadas. Recently, you make carnitas, authentic style. You should do some videos on cooking sometime. People have asked me to do that. People, because I'm honestly like, I'm a ridiculously, I have to say, I'm a really good cook. I have to say. Because I love it so much. And I have all of my own recipes. Because why, Christina? Because I'm fucking old. I'm like 56 years old almost. So I have had many years to curate all of my recipes. Tamales are, for me, they're a hit or miss. I mean, some years they'll come out really good, and other years I'll be like, give us your secret on making a good tamal. Because last time I made them, they just didn't do it for me. I don't know what I did wrong. They're a hit or miss for me. Mm. But I do love to cook. I think some of you know that I've been engaged quite a lot. And before I got married to my husband, I was engaged 4 times. 2 of those times I was engaged to Italian men from Italy. One was from Rome and the other one was from Venice. And the last one brought his mama to teach me how to cook. So she taught me how to cook for 6 months. So I literally got that training on how to make all kinds of Italian cuisine from a mama, from an Italian mama. And I didn't marry the guy. I left him at the altar. He was an asshole. Let's see. You never wanted to give your boys any prepared foods. I try to grow and cook most everything myself. Actually, me too. Now I am having problems with my back. Oh, you're on oxygen, Blaze. Well, I'm sorry. Do you want to talk about it more? Do you want to tell us how that happened? I am not. Elle, stop. Thank you. But no, I don't feel it. You're forever looking for recipes to help you. Aw, Blaze. Prayers for you. Yes. Prayers for you, Blaze. God bless you. I hope your hubby's a good cook. And I hope he doesn't put too much garlic, onion, or salt in his food. Those three will screw you up forever. I'm so picky about my food. I even make my own bread. I make my bread once every 2 days. I make all my bread. And since I lived in the Middle East, I learned how to make some Middle Eastern food. I love I have really, my hummus is so good. I sound like such a jerk. Like, oh my God, my hummus is so good. Fuck that. Yeah, yeah, Christina, me too. I think the most important thing to learn is to cook seasonally where you are. So, like, if I'm in a certain, I don't really say where I am because I'm still kind of in hiding. I'm being very cautious right now. I don't want my because of my backstory. But I have lived in different places, and in the different places that I've lived in, depending on like the season or what's available, I talk with locals. I always try and find older people, older men, older women to speak with. I love our elderly society. Um, I'm getting there myself, but they're living wisdom, they're living knowledge, they're living history, and if they can pass you all of their their tips, that's really good. And I just I stay away from a lot of like preserves and stuff like that. Share the hummus recipe yet? Okay, I'll share it. Tamales. You have to season the masa with enough salt. I use the same broth from the meat to season and make the sauce for the inside. Season is definitely key, but I agree not too much garlic, if any. Agreed. You know what? I don't know. I sometimes I try and old school it with the tamales, and then it's just like I don't let the technology work for me, and I just feel like maybe my hands get too hot, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong with tamales. But you're right about the seasoning. So what's your season? What do you use pork? Or like what part of Mexico is your husband from? Because depending where your husband is from is usually going to be what your filling is in your tamal. And what kind of hoja you use. Do you use the corn husk or do you use the banana? Okay, I'll give you my hummus recipe is so easy. Okay, now if you okay, so the day before you have to soak your garbanzo beans. You soak them with a little bit of baking soda. And when you're um, boiling them, you also have to put in a little bit of salt and the baking soda. And then you save that water, that fava water. You save just a little bit of it. So what you do is in a food processor in a blender, very simple. You put, oh, I think I don't measure. So I'm gonna say 2 cups of garbanzo beans cooked, half a cup of the fava water warm, 2 large tablespoons of tahine, 1 large garlic clove, but not too large. Okay. A little bit of cumin. That's the key. Very few people forget to put the cumin in. Um, and lemon, squeezed lemon, right? And salt. And then you just puree it up. While it's pureeing, you're going to get your olive oil and you're going to slowly drizzle it in. And I don't measure. So I go by smell. So I'll stop when it smells like it's ready. And then the number one thing, best tip is you have to put ice inside of the processor while you're doing it. It'll make it super creamy. And I make my own pita bread or my own flatbread to eat with it. I just love food. But I had an eating disorder, right? So I'm an anorexic in recovery. So when I was in therapy for 3 years, I was in an outpatient clinic. Um, I actually learned how to love food, and I learned like everything that was like every ingredient, what it did for our bodies. So I started a real love relationship with everything I made. And I mean, I have had relapses. I've had several relapses where I won't eat, but cooking has helped in my healing journey. Oh, well, thank you, Elle. God bless you. Oh, thank you, Elle. Thank you. You have advanced RA. Oh no, in your whole body, in your joint size, internal organs, hands. I also have COPD, lung damages from my gas. Blaze, we are praying for you. I am going to pray for you. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for being my friend. You've been adding a little corn masa to my flour tortillas. Get out. How is that? I've never tried that. That sounds yummy. Ah, cumin. You've used cilantro a few times in hummus and you've loved it. No, I just old school. I old school the hummus. I'm a hummus snob because I lived in the Middle East, so I'm just like, I'm such a hummus snob. God bless you, Elle. Oh, Elle, thank you so much. That's so lovely of you. And honestly, I have not been feeling nice lately. I have dysmorphia because of my eating disorder. There are three there are three mirrors in the house. And I'll look at one mirror maybe once a day. And then I won't look at myself again. Um, so I spend a lot of time trying to dissociate myself from myself. And also, like I said, I'm older. And when I was much younger, I was in my 20s and I was like 17, 18, 19, I was a model. I did lots of like commercial work and there was and I was a weightlifter at that time and I was a competitor. So it just seemed like at that time, a lot of people put a lot of focus on the way I looked. And um, it really messed up my head. So now that I'm older, I'm thinking, I don't have that anymore. I have none of it anymore. I'm not that at all. Now I'm just like my soul. That's what I am. Like it probably doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Your husband is from Mexico City. Oh, he's a chilango. So of course you're going to do the tamales. So it's probably going to be beef or rajitas con queso or chicken. Chicken in either the green or the red sauce. Am I right? Very little pork from those in Chilango. Oh, he does like the pork. You like chicken in the red sauce, tomato, salt, pepper, Norse chicken bouillon. I kind of wing it, honestly. Girl, how can you wing a tamal? You're Mexican in your heart, in your soul. You're Mexican. You are beautiful, and God knows our hearts. Give everything to God. Oh, I've given everything to God. It's been a touch and go. I don't know, Ella, if you know my story, but believe me, I mean, I used to be a witch, a bad one of those ones, one of the ones who want to hurt people. And I was delivered from that, thank God. And I'm a Roman Catholic. If you're a Christian, like if you're a Pentecostal or an evangelical and you want to tell me that I'm a sinner because I'm a Roman Catholic, please don't do that. But you're welcome. You're welcome to be here, but just, I'm a Christian. I've given my life to God. Promise. You tried it more for texture, like any 20% ratio flour masa with avocado oil. They turned out surprisingly good for. Girl, when you send me an email, Jen, will you send me that? I have to try that out. You are just lovely. You have to look at you the way Jesus looks at you. You're a priceless treasure. Thanks, Christina. Thank you. Well, I talk with him. Sometimes I tell him, sometimes I sit with God and I talk to him like, I'll talk to one of my best friends like, yo, remember that time I did that? That was really fucked up, huh? Or like, hey, remember when I used to do that? Or remember when I, like, I'll talk with him like that. I'll pray with him. I'll pray to him. All kinds of prayer, like very reflective prayer. Sometimes when I'm praying, I'll put myself in the scene, and yeah, like right now is Lenten season, so I'm very introspective right now. I'm very reflective. Um, yeah. Cannot find fresh, authentic tortillas at the grocery store on the East Coast. I know. Actually, in New York, you can, in Queens. I try and get to New York City at least um, once a year. Absolutely love New York City. And you can get good Mexican food there, but you have to go to Queens to get the tortillas because you need a special machine because not very many people are going to bother to do it like by hand. Yeah. I cannot believe I've been here for so long, just like rattling off. It's been lovely. It's been so nice. I even enjoyed the trolls that came in. They're not here anymore. Where are you? Trolls, oh trolls. Wherefore out there, trolls? Ah. So yeah, I think I'm gonna look for that film that DeAndre said, and I have to finish reading Michelle's scripts, and yeah, I have to talk with him tonight about his script, and I wonder who is going to star in his next film. Yeah, it was really cool. I got to meet and work with Tim Roth because of Michelle. Trolls have too much time on their hands. Yeah, but some trolls are really awesome. I love trolls. Have I seen girl? I love The Chosen. You joined a little late in life to give you some. So forgive me if someone asked already. Have you seen the Chosen series? Truly blessed me. It's totally blessed me too. I've actually I'm I purchased the Hallow app. I don't know if anyone's else is on it, but Hallow has really helped me like maintain different like a prayer routine. And Jonathan Rumi, who plays Jesus on The Chosen, he does a lot of the prayers there. Like if you do the daily rosary, it's John. You can choose Jonathan Rumi to be the one to help to like accompany you during the prayer, like with his recorded voice. Yeah. ¿Sigues aquí, Juan? ¿Qué pedo? Qué bueno. Gracias. ¿Dónde estás en California? Where are you? Yeah, so I love the Chosen series. I don't know if you've all seen it. I just love cinema and I love films. I love television. I love books. I love stories. Stories are everything. Watch a channel that does some authentic Mexican cooking. It's called Touch of Light Homestead in Mexico. She immigrated to. Oh yeah, I've seen her stuff. I think I follow her. And I also follow a girl called La Güerita. Wait, this Touch of Light Homestead, I think they're building a house in Mexico right now. And they live in Jalisco. Am I right? I think that's the one. If you want to follow a really good, authentic Mexican channel, there's a woman called Jauja Cocina. So it's spelled Jauja, Jauja Cocina. And her recipes are fantastic. And I don't even think she lives in Mexico at the moment. I know she's born and raised in Mexico, but I think she lives in the States right now. Yeah. She was really good. ¿Cuál pedo central Merced? ¿De qué hablas? ¿De qué hablas? ¿Cuál pedo central Merced? ¿Estás en la Ciudad de México? A ver, ¿cómo? A ver, estoy confundida. That's overly broad stereotyping. What did DeAndre say? Why did I not read what he said? Did I not see? I can't see. What did DeAndre say? Who is one of your favorite Christian YouTube pastors that you follow? That's a good question. I don't. I have kind of a distrust. I won't. Okay, I'll tell you who I don't. I won't follow. I won't follow anyone who does the prosperity gospel. I won't have anything to do with them. I think that's demonic. But I do watch some podcasts. So I like watching, and they're not pastors, but they're like religion podcasts. So I like Lila Rose. I like, what's her name? Allie Beth Stuckey, I think. I think she's interesting. Um, like I watch the Catholic talk show. I mean, like I watch. I'm subscribed to a lot of things, but I won't watch an evangelical pastor because they usually the ones that are on social media are usually prosperity, and I just find that so demonic. How about you, Christina? You have to go now. Will you please check the troll I timed out for rough language and see if you want him? I don't even see where it is. Sure, Blaze. Ando afuera trabajando, pinto caro. Ah, pintas carros. Hey, there's good money in that, Juan. Yes, that's her. Okay, cool. Agreed. No, you said que pedo jaja en Central. You okay? Oh, okay, sí. Ah, bueno, sí, cierto. Ah, okay, okay. So is it still raining right now in LA? Where are you, Christina? Where are you living right now? Wait, don't leave. Who did I didn't even say goodbye to you. Blaze, I'm gonna be thinking about you, and I hope you have a better night. Thank you for being here. I'm sending you mucho amor. Thank you for being here. You look like famous singer from my country. See, this is hey, I'm telling you right now, tall, fit guy, that I was saying this. I go in the world, people think I'm from a different part. Like nobody knows my ethnicity, my ethnic background. Like whenever I'm in Europe, I'm in France, they say I'm Italian. I'm in, Germany, they think I'm something else or whatever. It's so funny that you say that. You look like a famous singer from your country, Savera Nazarkhanova. I'll have to check her out. Tall, fit guy. How tall are you and how fit are you? Ahora sí, ya ves, te digo, mira cabrón. Es así, te estoy diciendo. Like everywhere I go, people are like, where are you from? I am going to check her out. I just want to learn how to say her name proper. Let me see if I can try again. Severa Nazarkhanova. Severa Nazarkhanova. Eastern European? Russian? Like where? Where's she from? Where are you from, tall, fit guy? You're 6'2", you're tall. You're close to Fresno. God, I have never been to Fresno. Central Asian. Where? Tall, fit guy, where are you from? Oh, you're from one of the stands. So crazy. I actually, I went to dinner once, some years back, with a couple from Kazakhstan, and they kept on saying, you look like you're from one of the stands. I've heard this before. You're from Uzbekistan. Oh, okay. Yeah. Welcome. Are you actually in Uzbekistan at this moment? That's so cool. I mean, isn't social media cool? I'm going to check her out. Severa. I'm going to have to remember her name. Cap chat filled is nice. He's a little evangelical, but he doesn't judge people. Jesus loves everyone, so we should never hate him. Amen, Christina. I'll check him out. You're in the USA. What part? What part of the States are you in? You know, Christina, it's so hard for me because my mother was such a fanatic. Like we're new to each other, right? This is our first time talking with each other. So I've been on Soft White Underbelly. I've been on the Collier Landry show. I've given my testimony on God's Voice Today. So I grew up with my mother she was insane, and ever since I've given my testimony on God's Voice Today, Christians have come and like totally trolled me, like evangelicals, because I'm a Roman Catholic. So I guess I'm a little touchy, and I ask sorry about that. I don't mean to be. It's just I've been quite literally shat on lately. You're an over the road semi truck driver. Your house is in Indiana. Lovely. You live in Newport News, Virginia. Thank God you have a green card. Welcome. I love our country. I had to fight for our country. I had to fight to be American again. And I'm so patriotic. I love our country. And it just this whole political thing, it just like totally weirds me out. I'm like, dude, whoever won. If it had been her, she would be president. I would be supporting her. If it's this guy, I'm going to support him. I'm going to support whoever is our president and commander in chief. And I don't know like why everyone's all flipping out over everything. We're so blessed to be American. East Coast, check her out. Let's see if chat agree with me. You saw me on Soft Point Underbelly. Oh, Christina, thank you for being here. Oh, thank you, Christina. Yeah, so I'm gonna interview Sunny next Wednesday. Sunny is like super. My brother Sunny. Um, he's so private, and it was really hard for him to speak out on Soft White. But he had to do it because our brothers died, and he had to go out and tell the truth. So I've been wanting to get him on camera, but he's just like he doesn't want to. So yeah, we're gonna have an I'm gonna interview my own brother on Wednesday, and then I'll upload it. Oh, Christina, I'm so happy you're here. Thank you. Don't listen to the haters. Listen, girl, I can't help but listen to them because they're fucking yelling in my ear. You've been anxious to hear your. Yes, my brother. He's so lovely. I love my brother so much. I'm going to check her out, Tall Fit Guy. You know who else? Actually, I have a story about Julio Iglesias. So I lived in the Dominican Republic. I lived in Punta Cana. My husband worked for this huge company there. And Julio Iglesias was one of the men he worked with. Well, he worked for. And because he was part owner of this company. So it was Julio Iglesias, Oscar de la Renta, before he died, may he rest in peace, and like these other like super ultra rich people. And so the first time I met Julio Iglesias, I went to a Christmas party at his house, and he has an amazing mansion in Punta Cana, where he lives with his woman that he refuses. I think he married her, but at that time they had been together for like 15 years, and he refused to marry her. She was her name is Miranda, and she's, I believe, Dutch, and they have like a gaggle of kids, like all these kids. And so I walk in and I brought a gift, and I'm a trained artist, visual artist. So I made this huge like bougie piñata that wasn't meant to be broken open. It was meant to like a decoration, and I took it as thanks for having been invited to the Christmas party. And it was the first time I met Julio Iglesias. And so I walk in and with my husband, and he looks at me and he says, Coño, which means like fuck. He's like, Coño, you look just like my ex-wife. And I was like sitting there with the piñata, and Oscar de la Renta is there, and he had like this cane. And my husband was like, and I just looked at my husband. I didn't know what to say because this was my husband's boss. And I was just like, well, I don't know if I should say thank you or sorry. So he was just like all night he was staring at me. He's like, you look just like my first wife, who happens to be this Filipino woman. It was crazy. That was the first time I met him. He's not a nice man. I don't have any good stories of Julio Iglesias. But Oscar de la Renta, he was a really nice guy. Oh, thank you, Christina. Yes. I'm just babbling on about a bunch of shit that probably is like not even interesting. But yeah, I thought that was my first memory of this guy. And he's not that tall. He's really skinny. and his skin is like leather, and he's just a really. I have nothing good to say about Julio Iglesias. I won't even listen to his kids' music anymore because I disliked him so much because he was such a dirty old man. But oh my God, I've been on here forever. I'm gonna go, guys. I'm gonna wrap this up, and I have to go finish reading the script. But I just want to say thank you all for being here and spending time with me. It's been lovely. And Christina, thank you so much. Thank you for being here and connecting out from Soft White. Mary Alice, thank you for being my friend. Thanks, Jen. Juan, muchas gracias. Sí, no, ya, ve la hora. Aquí 1 hora y media hablando. No, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, hopefully, I'll be back on soon, and I hope that we can reconnect again. It's been so lovely. Have a beautiful and peaceful. You too, Christina. It was so nice just spending time with you guys. And oh, but look who's here. I'll show you who's here very, very quickly. Dobie, you subbed. You are great. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Look, even Dobie's thankful. This is Dobie. Dobie. Thank you so much for subbing, and thank you for being here. Be safe on the road, tall, fit guy. Be careful. I hope you get good weather, and I hope that you are taking care of yourself on the road and eating well. And I just want to say thank you to everyone for being here. It was really nice. I don't think I'm going to make this public, though. I think this is going to be like a private thing because it's like I blabbed on forever. But muchas gracias, Juan. Me dio muchísimo gusto poder convivir contigo. Te cuidas, cabrón. Don't be a stranger, stranger. Have a good evening and blessed Sunday. Oh, Mary Alice, I truly love you. You're lovely. You're a good friend. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone. Have a good night. Why should I make this public? I was like, do you think people would be interested? It's like 1 hour and 32 minutes. And I say cabron and I talk about weird shit. It was fun. Oh, I love you, Jen. Oh, for my hummus recipe. Okay, and I can tell you my hummus recipe is going to be Middle Eastern approved. Right, Dobie? Look how he's just staring at me. Do you love me? Do you, do you love me, Dobie? Do you love me? Thank you. I love you too. Okay, I'll make it live, but it's kind of like forever. But thank you so much. I think people love you. Oh, junk and all. Oh, thanks, guys. Thank you for everything. God bless you all. And I'll email you for the recipe. Yeah, go ahead. It's so simple. Love you guys. Have a good one. God bless. Au revoir. Adios. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone.